Okay, here we go.
Chicka, chicka.
Yeah.
Kill Bill and Rev. We don't suck.
Ooh. Yo, rapper shit. Yo, SoundCloud. Yo.
Hey, yo.
What's good, y'all? My name's Rav.
Just clearing my throat.
What's good, y'all? My name is Rav.
Oh, sorry. Guys, I'm Bill.
I love foreskin.
I am foreskin.
Welcome to the We Don't Suck podcast, episode 2 extravaganza. Yo, cue
Episode 2.
Cue the sounds. All right. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Doing good? Doing good? Everybody doing okay? This is going great.
I think we might have the best intros in the game. Just in general, the way that we jump into podcasts, it's sort of like, this is the blueprint right here. Know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Jay-Z heard this when he got in his time machine. He says, I'm going to make the blueprint. Volume 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah, after hearing this podcast, he basically... Jay-Z from another dimension during this time in another dimension where we also create the podcast, hears the podcast, goes, oh shit, I've got an idea. And in that dimension, he wasn't very successful. He goes back in time, but by going back in time, it's sort of like the Future Trunks shit. He's in another dimension, but he comes up with a blueprint, and we're in that dimension.
So you mean to tell me that our Jay-Z isn't actually our Jay-Z, is future Jay-Z?
Absolutely, and all I've got to say is you're very welcome, Mr. Z. Let's remember where you came from, okay?
Yeah. Yo, I just got this really great image in my head of Jay-Z, but he's like dressed as Future Trunks and he has like the purple bowl cut.
Isn't that his regular look?
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just describe his normal attire and hairstyle. He's got a sword for some reason.
This is why Beyonce, is really into him, you know? Otherwise, his music is great, sure, whatever, but she's not too impressed by stuff like that. She likes the hair, she likes the sword, she likes the traveling from another dimension from the future to save the past.
Yeah, exactly. The normal, just girly things.
Just girly things. Hashtag just girly things.
Right.
So, Bill, before we actually, jump into the whole podcast, just wanted to note something. So during last episode, we did this whole Rap Genius segment where we broke down the questionably annotated lyrics of our songs, and it sort of gave me an excuse during the editing process to throw some of our songs in. And I actually think it'd be a good idea to make that a common practice going forward, because a lot of our audience is new, and it'd be great to introduce them to some of our music. So what we're going to be doing from here on out is sort of finding subtle ways in which we can segue into our songs mid-conversation. And honestly, it's nothing to worry about. It's not going to be overbearing or...
It will not affect your listening experience at all. It will be completely seamless. Just transition. That's why they call us seamless transition gods. Kill Bill and Rav. Like it's in
my passport.
It's in your DNA.
And so, yeah, without further ado, Bill, how you been, man?
I've been doing pretty good, man. I've been really busy the past few days because I'm trying to send out these RAMONA CDs, which, by the way, link in description, we'll probably have a few left. Hopefully not, though, because then we'll have sold out, and I can be like, ha, 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 we sold out. But yeah, I've been packing these CDs. I'll say that. I'll be ha, ha, ha. But yeah, I've been packing these CDs. We had to send off like 200 today, and that's a lot. That's more than I'm used to doing, and that's pretty hype, And people are still buying them, and we only have like 30 left or something. And we're probably gonna do something different. Instead of RAMONA CDs, we'll probably do a different thing on our next merch run. So get them while they last, get them while they're hot. But I've been doing that all day. And, doing this wonderful podcast that I've started with some idiot. Who's this guy? Get a load of this fella. Dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about me, by the way?
I'm talking about future Jay-Z.
Okay, sorry. I get the two confused quite easily.
Because you see him that he's your son.
Sometimes I see Jay-Z on television and I'm like, am I looking into a mirror right now?
Y'all do look just alike.
That is true, but shut up. Ask me how I'm doing.
How are you doing, Rev?
I'm alright. No, you know.
That's good. You know, that reminds me a lot of the time that you recorded that one song, Kumbaya. You remember that song?
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Play the clip.
Get inside the room, right? Say goodbye. Singing kumbaya to both them and the good guy. Beats good night. Bitch, please close the eyes. About time that you get here. I don't get you at all, bruh. It feels best for you always. And yeah, you rarely come over. Man, your signals is mixed up. You come out when it gets stuff. You come out just to get stuff. How the fuck you get this fuck? Nothing really to discuss. Your distrust leads to tits up. You're disgusted by this, so why decide to dismiss us? Now, I don't get it and you don't get it. You decided not to use your leverage. To decide you want you to perish. Hurts despite you and mute your message, man. I think that the time about right to swim towards the shore. Now let's not drown twice. Sitting by the lake, trying to glue back all the things that I've tendency to break. Is it a mistake? Or perhaps I'm just mistaken. I should remedy my ways. Given to a state free from everything, all else. Capsule sending you to space. And listen when you wake. Not to the inner bitter critter spitting in your face.
Wow, that song sucks ass. Just like my marriage.
Your marriage is famously, or no, sorry, your marriage is infamous for how bad it is.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, it's alright, man. Like, you know, honestly, I'm just trying to get used to my wife's boyfriend.
Right, yeah. How's that coming along?
I mean, he's a good guy, you know, upstanding man.
Thank you, man.
Oh, alright.
I appreciate it.
Let's just keep it rolling, you know what I'm saying? Rolling. What? Yo, you ever play that game? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to segue too much, but you ever play that game, Big Mother Truckers?
Big Mother Truckers. I don't think I have. What is it about?
It's like dudes in Mack trucks and they just drive places, and that's the game.
That sounds like a really good concept.
There was like a at the old movie theater that shut down around here because people were having sex in the movie everywhere. Anyway, they shut it down, but it used to have a arcade cabinet of Big Mother Truckers, and it had like an actual like a big rig wheel, and I didn't want to touch it because I didn't know who had skeeted on it.
Yeah, well, that's relatable.
That's relatable content that these people paid good money for, and I won't have you patronize me again, you son of a bitch.
So what's been happening lately?
I mean, honestly, I've been writing like a crazy person.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been writing some songs. You want to hear one?
Yeah.
All right, check it out. Play the clip.
This is a song about a boy named Bill. A boy named Bill.
Actually, I've been getting back into writing as well.
Oh, yeah?
It took me months. I had like a very dry spell.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting back into it, and it's pretty exciting, you know?
I mean, honestly, like, to be serious for a minute, like, I went through a strong spell of, like, I was writing a lot, but I wasn't really liking what I was writing. And then, like, one day, I just started writing, and it all just kind of made sense. And, like, ever since then, every time I've tried to write something, it's something that I've enjoyed. And I think it's just like I was in a wrong state of mind and wasn't writing. I felt like I was writing to impress people. And I think that that's not necessarily a good thing. And I started writing to impress myself.
Speaking of things that are not necessarily a good thing, it reminds me of that one time you recorded that one song called Sleep Talking.
Yo, I remember that shit, dude. That shit was wild, crazy, man. Play the clip.
My mama told me speak, but words are held accountable. Speaking starvation, feeling worthless cause my mouth is full. Work is insurmountable, curb me with the palpables. Unexplained abstract, serving by the mountain full. Circuits I just drown into, a circus Santa clown or two. Work, slack, work, what the fuck is that amounted to? Awkward interactions at the grocery store. Homies turn to overlords, at least holy tend to win at holy war. Sonic with the conies, boy, I'm Sonic, get your cronies floored. Blunt gut graveyard, I tag this shit as Stogie Gore. Boy, I count pennies, but never ever spend them shit. Special K, gnarly dude, I'm sloppy as my penmanship. Watch me while I live this shit, silly with the gunplay. Cartoons and cereal, I'm really with the gunplay. Ride till I die, until I crash into a Hyundai. Raw with the flow, I feel like every night is Monday. Fucking up, buffering the stuff that causes bubble guts. Butterfly abundant cuz, tighter than a tummy tuck. Pumice in the bumble butt, buzzing while I'm stoned as hell. I've seen stranger things, but I don't know Winona well. Show these fuckers holy hell, Saki and the holy grail. You probably jam hops and tweeting daily how you're woke as hell. Full split shorty, hit the Jean-Claude, see ya. You never see it coming, camouflage John Cena. Pimping on the budget like it's Don Juan's Kia. Boy, you'll never get gold, but your bronze on chia, ayy. I'm sick of picking up these pieces. The puzzle is eternal, still this earth is but a hell. This camouflage between some worthless thrills, and we just balance little cups, it makes me hurt to spill. Mama told me never stop dreaming. I don't think I'll ever wake up from this heaven, but it's
Wow, that song was garbage.
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice.
That song was garbage.
I mean, you didn't have to tell me twice, but you told me twice.
I did because I am my own man and I make my own decisions. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I guess so.
So actually, besides just asking each other how we're doing,
How you doing, man?
terrible, awful. Actually, today we're going to be going over our origin stories, or our collective origin story. A lot of our audience will be new to us, so I think it's a good idea to sort of pull the skin back, as they say.
Yeah, just like my dad used to tell me. Okay, well, let's go back to the very beginning. It was October morning, somewhere in a swamp where I was born, created,
Manufactured.
I guess honestly, my whole story is it's kind of funny because it all comes back to video games. Like I wanted to be in like a rock band when I was like maybe 10, and I really didn't like rap music. I thought it was something that it's not. I thought that it was like literally just people talking and not even rhyming. Like I thought it was just like I just didn't know. And I was like one of those people like, this is real music, and I was like listening to like, I don't know, like Aerosmith or something. And then like I was like, well, I want to play guitar. I started playing guitar. I was really bad at it, and I never really tried that hard, but I was like, I'm gonna be a famous guitarist one day. And then like one day my friend got me this, or we went and got this video game for the Xbox. It was the MTV Music Generator 3, and you could actually sample from CDs that you like had uploaded to your Xbox. And this is like the original Xbox. This wasn't like the 360 or anything, you know? And
Right.
like I started.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's actually super cool. And it was like, you know how like a lot of people have experiences where like old school producers will have experiences where they're like, I went through my parents' record collection and I sampled it and stuff like that. Well, I did that with CDs that my mom had just laying around the house. And I would go through and like she won all these like show tune CDs in this like raffle one time, and she never listened to any of them. And so I was sampling those and making beats out of that. And like I think my dad had like an Al Green CD, and I like would flip that, and like I got into making beats, and that like just naturally progressed into me getting into rap. Then I like heard, I think Nas was the first time I ever heard something that I was like, this makes me want to rap. I think it was Illmatic. And I was like, I want to rap, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was like probably one of my biggest influences was Nas, like back in the day. like really old Nas. And then I started rapping. I recorded on a camera microphone into like Windows Movie Maker or something when I was like 14. And
oh wow, Windows Movie Maker?
yeah, I mean, I didn't have any audio, anything to record into, and so I just used Windows
God.
Movie Maker.
What a psychopath.
Yeah, what a moron. But yeah, I mean, I made this track. The first track I ever recorded was over the beat for Down from Cameron and Kanye West. And
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, I made that. Made a track over that, and I actually rapped over that beat twice because I rapped over it like way later in life, and I'll probably do it again and actually release it. But how about you, man? When you first got into rap music and doing the quote unquote art that you do, what did you do?
My origin story is a lot less unhinged than yours is.
Unhinged.
I wasn't really big on music up until I was like, I don't know, 6 or something. I kind of enjoyed music when I heard it, if I liked it. And then I really got into Michael Jackson, and I really fucked with Michael Jackson. But it was more like the singy song, like the songs, you know, not the ones that had rapper features or anything like that.
Right.
And then when I was, I can't remember how old I was. I was pretty young. I think I must have been like 10, if not 9 or something. And a friend gave me a CD, let me borrow a CD, and it was a Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders.
Oh, that's such a good tape too, album, whatever.
And it was burnt CD, so I guess it was downloaded, or I don't know. I guess back then people burnt CDs.
They hit that Kaza. They hit that Napster a little hard.
Yeah, so it had that, and it had it was written by Nas.
Oh, that's another good one. Yeah.
So we actually have a connection there. I mean, I didn't get to hear Illmatic until a couple years after that, but it was a great introduction to it, and I think Tribe really resonated with me a lot. Electric Relaxation was like the joint. I listened to that song for at least a year nonstop. That's like the only song I would listen to. I was so obsessed with that song. I was so obsessed with Tip. He became my hero. He was like a god, and Five Dog was crazy, and I grew up without a father, so I think I found a father figure in them and Nas, just because to me they were like, these are the coolest people ever. Like, hip hop was so new, it blew me away. I didn't know this kind of music existed, so I started really looking up to those guys and being like, the best thing I could be in life is be as cool as them. And I just wanted to get involved in hip hop and be part of the culture, so I got into it quite early on, and I didn't produce until I was maybe 11 or 12. I think I recorded, actually, my first piece of recording was 2003, I think. In 2003, I recorded on cassette tape recorder, and it was bad, but I loved it, and I loved listening back to it and being like, yo, I'm doing this for real, you know?
Mama, I made it.
Mama, I made it.
I was just thinking, I wanted to say something about one of the things you said too. Like, you know how like there's always that kid in class that was like, yeah, well, my dad works at Nintendo, right? You'd be like, yeah, well, my dad is of Tribe Called Quest.
In second grade, there was a kid in our class who was like, yeah, my dad works at Pokemon, and he makes me like custom Pokemon cards.
Because that's how that works.
And I believed him. I was like, man, yo, can he make a custom for me? I want this, and that. And he's like, rap. No, he's my dad.
He's my dad, not yours. Don't touch my dad.
Not yours. You don't have a dad, loser.
He just beats you up. You don't have a dad.
Just elbows me straight in the nose.
Dude, somebody sample you crying.
I mean, that's like the origin, right? That's how we really got our start.
Yeah, that's how we got our superpowers.
But how did we come across one another?
Oh, well, there was a website
RedTube.
called RedTube, and we just crossed semen streams, and it was ever since that fateful day, we were in love. If you can end the podcast now, you can end it now.
We're in love. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wormpst.
There you go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for noticing. Everybody, give it up for Christina Applegate.
Christina Applegate.
She is a treasure. Good woman.
She really is. The thing is, we've known each other, now that I think about it, we've known each other for quite a while.
Yeah, it's over 10 years. Yeah, 2007. I think, to be serious, like, and I know this is going to sound really foreign to a bunch of people who are, like, younger, but, like, there was a time when, like, before SoundCloud existed, before Bandcamp, well, Bandcamp might have been a thing, but it wasn't, I didn't know it was a thing. But, we didn't really have a place to upload music except for, like, MySpace. MySpace was the big one. And I would upload stuff on there and I got absolutely no feedback. I was just completely just like another dude who had a MySpace profile that was a music profile. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty underwhelming.
Yeah. And the music was bad, so it probably didn't help things. But I remember there's a website, which is a Flash animation website, Newgrounds, which some of y'all might be very familiar with. And I was looking around on there because they had like games and like all, you know, the funny movies and stuff. And like I saw they had an audio section, and I went on there and I kept seeing like producers on there that I was like, I want to rap over these beats, you know? So like we both were on Newgrounds at the same time uploading audio, and just audio. Like we weren't uploading like Flash movies or anything like that, or I wasn't. Were you doing anything like that at all?
What year was this for you?
2007.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd been lurking or like visiting Newgrounds quite frequently since 03. That's actually the same year as I started recording. I got into Newgrounds. Same guy who put me on to A Tribe Called Quest actually ended up putting me on to Newgrounds. And I was like, oh, this is the coolest shit ever. Really got into animation. Just really enjoyed everything. And over the years, I sort of became a massive fan of a lot of people on there, like Ross and
that's how
Aaron.
that's how I first heard of Ross and Aaron, and like a lot of people who are like just super YouTube famous now. You know what I'm saying? Or like even like borderline just famous. You know, and it's crazy. It's crazy because I remember like seeing Ego Raptor, like Aaron, around, and he was just like a normal guy. Like people would like talk to him all the time. He was always very active in the forums, and he was like very helpful.
He was. He used to frequent voiceactingclub.com, which I used to frequent as well, and I used to follow his blog. I remember like when Susie was doing different like going to different events, doing lots of things. She was pretty active as well online. It was a different time, but yeah, I remember I was a big fan. I was drawn to Newgrounds because of the animations and the hentai, and
right, of course. I knew like as soon as I was saying that thing earlier where I was just like, oh, this is the funny movies, like someone is gonna be like, hentai.
Hentai's funny. The thing is, I didn't even know about the audio channel until 07. So I actually sort of came about it by chance, and I don't know if they still do it, but they had like top 5 of the week or whatever, and it would autoplay the first song on there. And I remember hearing this song, and it was like some chill song called Goodnight. And it was so sweet and like very cutesy and kind of almost melancholic. And I couldn't leave the page. I just kept listening to it, and I'm like, oh my God, Newgrounds doesn't just have killer animation. The audio shit is on point.
Yeah. It didn't just have killer hentai scenes.
No, so I started releasing experimental music on there first. Like under a different name completely to what you then.
Chacho was your name.
Chacho the muchacho. And
oh shit, dude, you're snitching on yourself.
I mean, the world's gonna have to find out. I was doing ambient music. I was trying that out. I was doing music inspired by fucking salad fingers and shit like that, you know, because I was really just about Newgrounds that time.
Yeah.
And then I sort of came about the whole hip hop scene on there, you know. I got hit up. I discovered that people were putting up music that wasn't just, you know, different weird electronic shit. They were doing hip hop, and I was like, dope. Like this could be the place, you know. I posted a song, got a pretty good reaction, and a bunch of people hit me up one guy from like your group of friends and one guy who sort of was like the antagonist to your group of friends, right?
Yeah.
The antagonist guy happened to hit me up first, and he happened to have the funnier message at the time, and so we linked up on fucking MSN Messenger.
Oh yeah. I was on AIM. That was like my shit.
Oh yeah. Oh well, they were on everything. They were just kind enough to join me like via MSN because that's all I had at the time. I sort of got hip to TeamSpeak and not Velcro. Although I got hip to Velcro as well.
Talking about Ventrilo?
Ventrilo, same thing, dude.
Dude, I got hip to Velcro too. My shoes, I don't ever tie them no more. I just Velcro them bitches down.
Dude, my underwear is Velcro.
Dude, the whole thing is Velcro, so like you just stick to anything.
That's how I sort of started really doing music on there, and I came across you within like a month of being on Newgrounds as a rapper.
Well, like there was a strong minute where I was uploading something like once a week. You know what I mean? I was uploading something. I was always active on there. And like, you know, I was like 16, 17, and I think it was a different time too. Like everybody had a very different attitude in rap music and stuff, I feel like. And like it was very like confrontational. It was all about like, oh, I can rap and I'm the best rapper. Whereas like now it's not really like that anymore. And I think it's good that it's not like that, because like it became like a lot of people rapping about how good at rapping they are, and like it became like a thing.
Our first song that we ever recorded together, and I don't think anyone's gonna find it online, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say what it was. It was called Mambo, and it was the first time we successfully collaborated, and I think that must have been early 2009, right?
Yeah, I think it was early 2009. I think we did one before that, but we never released it. I'm pretty sure.
No, we never got to release it. Yeah, you recorded a verse, I recorded a verse, and then something. We were still in that period where I don't know. Did we touch on this? Our relationship on Newgrounds started off as a very adversarial one.
Yeah, we beefed. We basically beefed with each other, and it was very much like, I don't fuck with you because like the people you talk to, and like his side was the same kind of way, you know what I mean? Like they were just like, we don't fuck with y'all.
I did an interview with you in 07. We did a beat battle thing in 08. Then we tried to collaborate multiple times in 09, and then we successfully collaborated. And then shortly after that, we sort of collaborated again and again and again, and then it just sort of
Yo, what was that?
That's funny that you say that, Bill. That reminds me of that one time you did that song, Cerulean.
Oh, dude, I remember that song. Play the flashback sound effects and then play the clip.
Cerulean City inside the rear view, smoke pouring out of the window. I like the peer through, catch me on the wave for days. She put me on my toes in my favorite way. She breaking fingers, breaking English. She don't speak a lot. Got a badge on the jacket, boy, I need the cop. And she say we bout to surf on Cinnabar, feeling hard, slipping on the coastline like both times. What's your name, girl? Can the player get your number? Put it down, she the missing number. Smoke a spliff with me. Coasting through Bliss City, got the baddest bitch with me. Really though, is it the drugs or the fantasy? I got bugs in my canopy, buzzed and it's cancer free. Is it the drugs or the fantasy? I got bugs in my canopy, buzzing and it's cancer free. Is it the drugs or the fantasy? I got bugs in my canopy, buzzed and it's cancer free. Is it the drugs or the fantasy? I got these bugs in my canopy, buzzing and it's cancer free. What you wanna talk about? Cause we ain't gotta talk at all. I'm trying to shake, I'm just shaking. White marble like the Taj Mahal. Say what you wanna talk about, cause I ain't gotta talk at all. Take a break, I can't shake it. Soon I won't walk at all. Fuck.
Ah, man, I hope I never get to hear that song again. That was horrible.
My ears are bleeding real blood.
So yeah, we started talking together more so, rather than just sending verses back and forth like we did with Mambo. We started talking together more, came to the realization we had a very similar sense of humor and like things that we were interested in and liked and aesthetics and everything. And I remember thinking, oh my God, we could have been friends years ago had I known this guy was like this.
Well, I remember that was like one thing that we talked about at one point was like how a lot of the people that you're friends with are really kind of just because of proximity, you know? And I have some like really close friends that like I think I would be close, like Shane, for example, who is like if anyone doesn't know who that is, y'all should definitely look him up. But he's a dude that I've known IRL forever, and like I think we would still be like very, very close friends if we didn't know each other. We would have somehow found a way, right? But like with me and you, it was like we kind of had this thing where it was like, wow, we're like friends because like we're friends all the way across the world, literally on the other side of the globe from each other, and we're like homies, so like obviously that means something, you know? And then it would be like, it started off talking like just like once every few days, then like there was a period of time, I don't know if you remember, but it was like we were talking every day for hours on Skype.
Yeah.
It would just be like, it was like having a roommate. Like it legitimately felt like I would turn Skype on in the morning and like he would hit me up or I would hit him up, and then like I would just do my day, like, and he would just be in the room talking, you know what I'm saying? And like same thing with him, like he'd be like, oh well, I'm going to go do this now, like in the house, you know what I mean? And
I remember I love just like waking up, hitting you up, and you would turn on the camera and you'd start making a beat, and I'd just be commenting on it, or we'd be talking about something, you'd be making a beat, or we'd be reading creepypastas, you know?
yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, that was a whole era too, like reading creepypastas together.
Man, and then you put me onto Marble Hornets and everything, and that was great.
That was a
I
whole
look
thing.
back at that time fondly, for sure.
I did too. It was like a good, like, I feel like that was kind of like finding ourselves too, like musically, because we both, I think because we came from a similar place in terms of like what websites we were on, and the fact that we like got along and like think similarly about a lot of stuff, that we were both like pushing each other to like find this like space in rap music for us without like compromising like who we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know if the attitudes have changed now, generally speaking, but back then, you know, if you told someone, yeah, I've got a friend or one of my closest friends, I met him on the internet, or like we're friends on the internet, people would think, well, people would always say shit like, well, how do you know he's not a creep pedophile or something, you know? Well, how do you know you'd get along in person? But I think we were spending so much time together online that we had, the relationship had already been tested by that point. So when I moved in with you years down the line, I flew out there and we recorded Ramona. It felt natural, like that transition, even though that was the first time I ever saw you in person. I remember feeling mad safe by the end of the first day.
Yeah, that was like, it was so weird for me too, because I was kind of nervous, because it's like, oh, like I remember like I saw some dude walking up and he was like kind of like the same like body build as you and stuff, and I was like, is that him over there? Is that him over there? And it was like, I was nervous, like I was like I don't know, I was nervous because like I was like, I didn't know you, but I knew you, you know? I was like, it was so weird because like I'd never been in the room with you, yet I talked to you more than I talked to like any of my other friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was like when you came up, and I remember there was this really trippy part where like I was in the front seat of the car and you were in the back seat, and I wasn't looking at you, and it felt like I was on Skype in the car. I was like, yo, this is weird. And like I remember we started hanging out, and then it felt like just natural. It was just like, yeah, like this is my friend. Like this isn't, I would never like be like, yo, this is my friend, he flew all the way here. I mean, we did sometimes, but most of the time I was like, yeah, it's like it's my boy. You know what I mean?
And y'all made me, you definitely made me feel very welcome, and
especially when we robbed you.
That, I think at that point I was like, well, now like I have nothing else to lose. Might as well get along with these people.
Yo, speaking of armed robbery, that reminds me of that time that you recorded that one song, A Better Place. You remember that joint, dude?
I vaguely recall.
It sucks really bad, dude. You should definitely play the clip.
Hey, still ain't sleeping at night. What am I gonna do? I
bet that if I could sleep though, I'd probably dream about you. And that's why I don't wanna sleep, I've no mind left to lose. These lyrics getting so hard to read, my artistry's my news. But I'ma win it all, independent all for the cynical critics. If you rip it, leap or fall, sick of all self-ridicule, gotta get it all together even though we're not together anymore. I'm mature now, got the cure now, burn down every bridge, get this, it turns out this should burn hers down long before I figured ours won't work out. So I'm sitting in this herb cloud, as it turns round my mind spins. What the fuck have I been? Been lost in an island of self-pity, it's quite grim. Soul searching but no merchant offers happiness or purpose. Is so worthless, I'm so certain that I can cope with this hurt, and I could always Kurt Cobain if nothing else works. I'm just saying though, I just wanna chill at a steady pace. Feel like I could kill just to get some space. So I'm gonna build me a better place. Yeah, I'm gonna build me a better place. Building and building, I'll be feeling much better. I just want something real, something realer than ever. Yeah. So I'm gonna build me a better place. Yeah, I'm gonna build me.
Well, that was great. That was a real good song.
Thank you, Bill.
But yeah, what were we just talking about? Robbery.
So yeah, we talked about how we clicked, and I guess we could save the story about us making Ramona for another day, because that was a whole adventure. Just that, us living together, we could do an entire other episode for it.
I do want to point out though that I just want to give a shout out to Square, which we should link him if we can do that, or put him in the thing. Is another one of the dudes on our label who makes incredible music. It's kind of a slept on artist. But yeah, Square is kind of the reason that we did Ramona, because I remember being on Skype with him, with you there, and we were just like, yeah, we got him over here. Then like he was just like, yeah, you need to finish a mixtape. You need to actually finish one. And then like and then we were like just talking. He was like, no, seriously, like if you don't do one, you're fucking up. Like I can't remember exactly how he said it, but I don't know if you remember that conversation, but I remember it like yesterday.
Yeah.
Terrible mixtape.
Just a terrible time.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, that was, I think it's pretty much our origin story right there, you know? But we did leave the part out where you got bit by radioactive ocelot.
Yeah, but that's also for another day, because the whole facial reconstruction surgery, there's a lot of layers to it, no pun intended, that I'd like to sort of address one by one.
I don't get the pun. Could you explain that?
See, the pun is there are a lot of layers to it.
Like ogres have layers.
I fucking hate you, man.
I'm sorry, man, dude. Man. Yo, you know what I just realized? We've gone this long and we haven't even done a single ad read.
Holy shit, you're right. You ready?
No.
Shut up. We gotta make it right.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's for the ad. Let me do a little warm up here. Just crack my knuckles here. Do, re, mi, fo. That's it, right? Just it stops at fo, right? At fo? It's do, re, mi, fo.
Let me do. I have some custom techniques that I've been practicing on my voice. It's like tax evasion.
Oh
tax
shit!
Evasion.
That's fire, dude.
Evasion. Tax evasion. Tax evasion. All right, I think we're ready.
Okay.
All right, guys. So again, just like last week, we still don't have sponsors because they're fucking up.
Yeah, dude, that's their problem.
Anyway, that's besides the point. This time around, we're gonna have to come up with another product that we're not being sponsored for, but we're going to pretend we're being sponsored for it, just to sort of, yet again, showcase our marketing chops or advertising chops or whatever the fuck, right? And so, Bill. Tell the folks, the good listeners of We Don't Suck, what it'll be this week.
Okay, so imagine this. You fucking go to the store and you see some shit you want to buy. You see that nice jar of pickles that your mom's been asking about. She's like, bring that jar of pickles over, and you're just saying, whoa, little pricey. Well, look no further. Answer to all your problems right here. Being rich, money. We're selling you money.
That's right, folks. You ever have that sort of point in life where you're like, oof, I don't know if I'll be able to pay the rent this month, or I'm kind of hungry, but I'm out of my allowance for this month? Well, don't we have the solution for you? Have you ever considered not being broke as fuck?
Damn.
Well, what we're bringing to you is quite a novel idea. Being wealthy. Being rich is easy. You just have money, and then you spend that money, but you have enough money to not worry about spending that money and running out of money.
And just think about it this way. It's a bit of an investment, but for 3 easy payments, not 4, not 2, but 3 easy payments, you too can be rich. Now, hear me out on this. Have you ever just, thought about the future? Have you ever just sat down and thought about the future and thought like, what if I break my leg? Do you want to get it fixed, or do you want to lose it to the gangrene with your broke ass?
That's right. If you want to take yourself seriously, then you should stop being poor. Thank you. This was Rav and Bill of We Don't Suck, presenting you with the idea of wealth.
Buy our money.
I think just on a level that's not even, aside from the fact that we're trying to appeal to sponsors, I think we're doing a good thing here by educating the people listening to us.
Yeah.
Because I feel like 90% of our audience are probably unhinged. And it's good to sort of be able to be like, hey, grab my hand.
Yeah, I think at least 95% of our audience are just raving lunatics. And I think that they just need a little guidance in these troubling times. The economy, it's bad this semester, Books cost money. Pickle jars cost money. Leg surgery costs money. You need all 3 of those things to get by. Leg money, pickled book.
Pickle book?
Leg money,
book?
pickle book.
Leg money and pickle book.
Leg money. You need leg money to get by in these trying times. And I don't mean to be rude, but I think all of y'all some broke bitches.
That's fucking... What I love about that, Bill, is how relatable it is.
It's relatable because it's true. You know what I'm saying, brother?
It feels like just yesterday I was, going to my mom, being like, Mom, can I get my monthly allowance of leg money, please?
You remember it was just like 2 days ago where I was just like, Mom, can I borrow some money? Because I'm in crippling debt, but not anymore. Oh, it's really hard to fight back the tears on that one.
It's all right, Bill. The nightmares go away eventually.
Is there a light at the end of this tunnel, Raph? All I see is darkness.
That's a good one, Bill.